Hey guys!
You know, like Tech Nine's done a bunch. I just like listening to music.
Discussing some heavy metal music here. Like for instance, the song for Jason Voorhees, if you guys don't know it. Currently I got it stuck in my head right now, so there's a good chance you guys will be able to hear it in this episode. Anyway, welcome back to Final Doom TNT Evilution.
Well, you know, this is a good game to talk about metal and heavy, violent music in.
Now, we did record a video of this yesterday, but the thing is, some real life stuff happened, so I mean it kind of put me off a bit. And
I noticed that.
Turned into a bloodbath with me getting murdered, so we're redoing it. And it's the same place that we were, or the second level we were in the last episode, which is Stronghold. And yeah, needless to say, this map is absolutely huge. That's an MGO 316 reference for you guys that don't know it.
Yeah. You know, Doom in general has kind of a really good heavy metal vibe. Like death metal and like heavy metal works well.
Yeah, like especially if you heard the soundtrack for like the 2016 Doom.
2016 one.
Yeah, if there's anything to get you pumped up to go and destroy things, that is certainly the thing to do it.
And also, that's why I keep telling this motherfucker to keep listening. To listen to the soundtrack to the newer Killer Instinct game, because it's done by the same guy. So imagine the guy who did that music for the new Doom doing new versions of all the old Killer Instinct games.
That's just...
You need to listen to that shit.
I'm sorry, but just from what he described, that's mind-boggling to me.
It's fucking good. Spinals is really good. They're all fun.
Well, let's face it, I mean, Killer Instinct always had good music.
Yeah, that did.
I mean, well, KI is a good fighting game series in general, but, I mean, I digress.
I'm glad they brought it back, and I'm glad that it was good. Because their previous attempts to revive rare franchises haven't gone well.
The two for sweet.
Like get out from the weird Banjo-Kazooie car building game or whatever the fuck it was.
And I also did that a couple of times too, where I blew up a barrel and did that.
Or the or the weird like Xbox port or remake of Conker's Bad Fur Day. It was actually worse than the original.
Oh, for God damn it! I did it again.
Yeah.
I need to stop doing that. Like I really do. Okay, it's somehow working.
The new Battletoads.
Let's hope that this one isn't actually bugged the hell.
Which a lot of people thought they were, because you could actually pick in the new Killer Instincts. You could actually play as a Battletoad.
Which, for you guys that don't know, the original Battletoads game is actually bugged in such of a way that it's actually impossible to complete unless you do a 2-player glitch on one of the levels.
Yeah. And then Turbo Tunnel. And that's if you get past the Turbo Tunnel.
Oh god. Give in on flashbacks to that. Jesus.
Like I'm saying, it's like that one level in X5 that reminds me so much of it.
No, I'm not kidding. Like I got the I think I still got it. Well, I had the NES like turbo pad, I think it's called, like the really big square controller with the joystick on it.
Yeah.
And I used the slow-mo function for the turbo tunnel because that speed is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It does help. To a degree.
Yeah, which, honestly, nowadays, like, if you're playing that on an emulator, there's your go. Because most emulators have that built in. Or speed up. But I think they have slow down too.
And one thing... Oh yeah, and like, that controller is like, it's... Like, the button functions are actually quite customizable for what the thing was. Because you can actually you can activate turbo for each of the buttons. And you have there's a little dial you can set for how much turbo you want on it. I used to use it a lot for Mega Man games, so I can have like like all I have to do is just hold on the B button, and I'm just constantly just firing bullets. It's a little bit cheaty, yes, but it's fun. Damn it! Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's no. Whoa. Okay, we need health. Now.
Badly.
Yeah, 10%. Sweet Lord. Oh my God.
Disregard.
And if... Okay. I had to figure that's what it was. Anyway. This guy just sent me something. Don't worry about it, guys. And one thing I should have mentioned. Wow, what the hell is up my run button? Huh? Okay. Yeah. How about no? If you guys happen to hear like a slight whirring sound, like a in the background, I got my fan right next to it because it's really warm here.
I got like a ceiling fan going and another fan because we have air conditioners in here, but not in my room. We have little window units. We got one in the living room and one in the room next to me. And back here, like, this room sucks kinda because it stays freezing in the winter and stays hot in the summer. Because of just where it is, the sun shines on it most of the day. That's why I gotta keep fucking blinds drawn. And then fucking, I'm in the back of the fucking house.
Yeah, I really needed 10% health. Holy hell, what, 20% when we picked it up, but still.
I might actually look at those.
No.
Those JoJo figures. I'm doing what I do when I have nothing to do when we're talking and looking at toys. I don't know what it is. I always wind up looking at toys, be it Legos, Transformers, or anime shit. Like, I always just get bored and wind up looking up toys when I'm doing this. Speaking
of that, there yesterday, or 2 or 3 days ago, I think, I came across a COS figure of Go Geiger, and whatever for you guys that don't know what that is, it's a mecha anime that came out, I believe, in '99, and it has a very similar style to G 2001 RID.
Transformers.
And
the Transformers show no one talks about, but everyone should. Because it's actually really good.
And I thoroughly enjoyed both series. I thoroughly enjoyed Go Geiger, and I thoroughly enjoyed 2001 RID, because I mean...
I'm about to start watching an anime that I've seen a couple episodes of. I've never watched the whole thing, but it is the anime that no one will ever stop talking about, that everyone says is the best. I'm finally gonna fully watch Cowboy Bebop. I'm finally gonna watch all of it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna watch only what Motion to Do.
Well, that's another one that I like. That one, Kill la Kill, a couple others, but I I want to watch this because I watched the creator's other anime, Samurai Champloo, and I love that show. So, might as well watch this one that everyone... I've seen a couple episodes and I like what I've seen.
And the funny thing is, here's what's funny. The same people, was it Sunrise, I think? Made Go Geiger?
Yeah.
Made SD Gundam Force.
Huh.
And I watched the anime when I was a kid, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I rewatched it again a couple times. There a little while ago.
That's one I think.
I thoroughly enjoyed it again.
That's one I hear people give a lot of flack to, though. I don't know. I mean, they gotta realize though, it's not meant to be your usual serious Gundam. It's a parody, pretty much.
Yeah, it's chibified Gundam. I mean, really. I mean, like.
It's a parody of it.
Yeah, I mean, like, how serious can you get with that? Because I mean, well, yes, there are some dark moments into it. But if you want a lighthearted Gundam anime with like some good action into it, that's not a bad anime to look at.
Gundam's another series because I never had any of the toys, but I always thought that the designs for the robots were really cool. I mean, everyone. Like, I always liked a lot of the designs for the robots. I've never got into it. I kind of want to, but at the same time, it's one of those shows that's been going on, because I think it's been going since like the 70s or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Or the 80s.
It's been going on. It's been going on for a long time.
Where like you don't know where to jump in. Because there's like so much and so many like different things going on.
For you guys that like dubs of anime, there is a dub of SD Gundam Force, and it's really good. That's how I saw it. And
you know, I saw it. I used to watch it with the first few episodes of Armada.
Yeah, that's when it came out. It came out like was it Armada came out in 2002, 2003, I think?
2, yeah. It'd be 2 because RID 2001 was 2001.
True.
Yeah, and that came out, and I watched that with that, and
I'm going back out here to get that med kit.
I swear, man, I completely missed on RID. Like, I completely missed that show as a kid, and I would have loved it too.
Same. Like, I never saw it either because, I mean, like, it actually wasn't aired what channel, the channels that we get here. I mean, I saw the Unicorn trilogy. I mean, that was no problem.
Did you just say Unicorn?
If I did, I might just say Unicorn. God damn it.
Here, I'm gonna go through my Transformers history. G1, it was before my time, and I didn't see it till later.
Same.
I saw G1 when Hub came out, because they used to air that, G.I. Joe, and 60s Batman on their late night block. It was like their late night nostalgia block, and they'd air G1 and that, and I saw a bunch of it there, and also the movie for the first time, which I can now proudly say I've seen 3 times.
Beasties was it for me. That's what started me off.
Well,
and for anyone wondering,
Beasties started me too. Beast Wars started me.
What? Yeah. For anyone wondering what the hell Beasties is, it's the Canadian name for Beast Wars, and for you guys that may laugh at the name for as ridiculous as what it sounds,
because they couldn't say war.
Keep in mind,
Canadian TV.
Beasties, Beast Wars was a Canadian-made show.
Yep.
So before you guys laugh at the name, keep in mind it originated from Canada. I'm a Canadian, so whatever.
Yeah, I was just going through and I was getting the Beast Wars because of course I didn't see any of the Japanese shows. I still haven't. But Beast Wars, yes, that was also my first introduction. And I had so many of the toys growing up. I had a bunch of them.
I think that's like how like many of us like I think that's how many of us like 90s kids like started off with Transformers.
Yeah. Of like us kids that were born in the 90s, yeah. Like the older people who grew up in the 80s, they know G1, but we grew up in the 90s, so we know Beast Wars.
Yep.
And I caught it whenever it was on. I tried to catch it whenever it was on.
The fact that the same people, the same voices that did Beast Wars went on to do the Unicorn trilogy is kind of crazy. Because
it's weird because they skipped, because they weren't in the RID. They mainly just used Digimon voice actors for that.
Huh.
Because it was and some other freelance, like Timmy Turner's dad plays a character on there.
I haven't seen Digimon in a while, so I don't remember many of the voices.
They use a few because because that was done entirely by Saban.
Yeah, true.
Who did Digimon before, so they reused a lot of the actors. Which is fine. But
I'm missing here.
And then I saw a couple episodes of Machines and had a few of the Machines toys, not a ton, because
I know I did see Machines when I was younger, but I can't remember how many
an episode or two
I saw, because when it comes to Beast Wars and Machines, I saw the whole series once. Especially Machines.
Yeah.
Like, I barely remember anything of it.
I don't remember enough. Machines isn't terrible, just...
The animation...
It's weird.
The animation is really good, though.
Well, yeah, because that's like... Well, that's Mainframe in their prime before they said, fuck it, let's make Barbie movies until we go out of business. That would happen. But,
And the most mind-blowing thing for you guys that don't know, for you guys, wait. Who does this? For you guys that know the song, Money for Nothing by Dire Straits.
Oh yeah,
they made the music video for it before they did Reboot and Beast Wars and stuff.
Reboot, another great show from my mid-90s childhood. That was another good show by them.
I'm gonna take an explosive barrel and shove it at that guy's ass. You guys
that's another show I need to watch. I need to watch Reboot.
That's it.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid. I need to watch that shit. Because I loved that show as a kid. I watched that every day. As soon as I got home from school, I turned Reboot on.
Same, like...
I fucking watched that shit religiously. That show was the shit.
Same, like, I've seen just about every single episode of it. Like, whenever I got the chance to catch it, I saw it, and yeah, I really should rewatch it again.
I need to. I think that'll be my next thing after Cowboy Bebop. I think I'll do that. But, because I can watch it on my big TV if I want, because they got it on Tubi. But they don't have Beast Wars. They have that in Machines, but not Beast Wars, and that still pisses me off. And they have every other Transformers show, too.
That's blasphemy.
But, yeah, because Beast Wars is the best. But,
Beast Machines isn't bad by any means. That's not what we're saying, guys. Like I said, the animation is amazing, and the show is darker. But the thing is, like, one thing that's a bit off-putting for me, and if I must be honest, is the character designs. They're a little bit weird.
They're kind of hit and miss. I think some of them look really cool. Like, I love most of the vehicles. And I love how, yeah, they're robots again, but they're not traditional G1 looking robots. They're all really weird.
Yeah, they're like more the techno-organic, I believe the term is.
Well, the Vehicons aren't. They're
no,
pure
but
robots.
the Maximals
But they're
are.
more eccentric robot designs. Like, yeah, like the animals are now more techno-organic and more experimental designs, and the pure robots are just more unorthodox. And, you know, I thought it was really cool, but I will admit some of the designs were pretty off-putting compared to what you're used to. But that's the thing about the show, is it was more ambitious and experimental than Wars was. Because Wars kind of hit its stride and stuck with what worked well. Beast Machines, they tried to do something different. They tried to do something more ambitious and way different.
And one thing I'll admit, like I said, like the animation was good. The multiple different types of Megatron that was in it was kind of ridiculous, if I must admit.
Because he basically turned into he's basically Starscream the later half of the show, where he was just body hopping. And like after in the second half of the show, he pretty much just body hops until he gets his Optimus rip-off form.
And one thing that, and I think you would agree with me here, and I think you know what I'm going to do with this. Vinox. What the hell?
Yeah, here's the thing with Vinox. Him being a villain wasn't necessarily bad, because they did this in a Beast Wars episode, and it actually worked pretty well. But it kind of just, in Machines, it comes out of kind of nowhere. He's just like, oh, Megatron's right. I'm like, okay, what? And he was, granted, he was like one of the most loyal characters to Primal. Like, he was Primal's second in command. Like, he was right there.
Yeah.
So to have him just suddenly say, oh, he's right, but I'm going to be the one in charge. It's because he showed no, and honestly, it came out of nowhere for both, because Megatron really didn't either. Neither him or Megatron really showed anything tempt or organic beings in Wars. I'll be right back.
Whoa! Okay, I'm not gonna complain about that shot. Like I said, guys, this place is huge and it's rather difficult. And for some reason, it's being a little bit more content on sticking dynamite up our ass than usual.
Yeah, and it's just weird, because like, again, Ronox made a pretty interesting villain in Machines, like, because he did what you'd expect him to do. He kind of played both sides against each other, and, you know, it's not
he basically
as a villain.
He basically became the Starscream of the series, where he was on Megatron's side, but he wanted the Predacons for himself, and he wanted everybody to turn against each other.
Well, not really the Predacons. He just wanted to take over Cybertron and unite everything as robots. But he wanted to be the one controlling all of it.
Screw you.
But, again, he wasn't bad as a villain. It's just that it seemed to come out of nowhere for no real good reason. And that was the thing. But,
so,
yeah,
like, the execution of him actually being a bad guy wasn't bad. It's just the execution of how it was just
he was just
put
like,
into the story.
Oh, I just thought about it while my soul was ripped out of my body. I just thought about it and I was like, oh, he's right. Like, that's pretty much all you're given. But, getting to RID, the reason I never saw it, because there's actually, I think I did see like one episode or a bit of one episode, but because it hit at a weird time, because when it came out, I think it came out around the same time that Vision 3 did. But it came out at a weird time where I was channel hopping a lot. This was like, because Pokemon was like in the midst of its G2 and like all that shit. And I was watching a lot of that and watching a lot of other shit. And honestly, I just didn't really watch already. And then the channel switch happened, and I never really, because it and Digimon switched channels because Disney bought Saban, and I didn't know where the fuck it went for the longest time. I will say this, Digimon Season 3 was good. I watched a lot of that. And then I watched Armada when it came out. I might have caught an episode here of Energon. I watched Armada when it was on when it first came out. I had caught a bit of Energon here and there. And I saw a couple episodes of Cybertron later. That was a bit. And then I watched Animated when it came out. And when it would come on in the mornings, I'd try to watch it. And then Prime I watched when it came out on Hub, and I watched the whole first season of it. And that was pretty much it until I started rewatching it on my tablet. And as of now, I have seen G1, R.I.P., Prime, and Anime. Oh, and Cyberverse. I've been watching Cyberverse. Which, that's the newest show. Not bad.
I was just going to ask you about that and what your thoughts were on it.
Pretty good. Like, it's no Prime or Beast Wars, at least not yet. I'd say the Prime, Beast Wars, and Animated are probably the top three. And I'd give the top two to probably I'd probably go Beast Wars and then Prime. Because, and Prime might even be over Beast Wars, I don't know. Because I like Beast Wars more, but I think overall as a show, Prime is better put together. I mean, for one, the CG quality is better.
Yeah, because, I mean like, you talk about a show that came out in '99, and talk about a show that came out in 2010.
Well, technically 96, you're talking about, like, Season 1 Beast Wars.
Well, sure.
And this even blows Season 3 Beast Wars chains out of the water. Because, that was the show Hasbro was putting their money into. You could tell that was the one on the hub they were putting the money to. Because of all the shows, that was their big one. Well, and that MLP, but I don't think anyone expected that to blow up like it did. Because it just kind of came out, and then a fan base happened. But, Transformers Prime, that was hyped up. It looked great. Everyone was expecting it to be good, and it was. 2015 already I've not seen, and honestly I don't know about.
So, what is your general opinion about Prime from start to finish now that you've seen it?
Really good. Really solid, really good. It looks good. All the characters are great. You know, the lore is really good. Like, they do a lot of stuff with the lore, and like, there's even more you can read. Like, for this show and their so-called aligned continuity, which falls apart the more you read into it, but they basically made a Bible out of a thing that I think was only mentioned in the Beast Wars, i.e. the Covenant of Primus. And like all that, and that's supposed to, like, Prime is supposed to connect to 2015 RID and the Cybertron, the War for Cybertron and Fall Cybertron games, but
yeah, like when like the second you start looking into it, and you start to see continuity errors, and then the whole thing starts to look more holy than a slice of Swiss cheese.
Yeah, but as its own and I do kind of want to take a peek at the 2015 already, but it seems like it's supposed to be like the sequel to time. But from everything I've seen, it is like a complete 1080.
Yeah, a complete stark contrast from it. Because I mean, you
Prime was actually really dark.
Yeah, you got Prime that's really dark. Because I mean, you literally got one of the Autobots dying in the first episode. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Prime might be darker overall than Beast Machines, because there's more permanent death and just zombies and all this other crazy shit.
Yeah.
Humans actually dying.
Yeah, don't get me started on the whole Terracon business. Good grief.
Or how about a zombie? Or how about a zombie or a human who is implanted in a dead transformer that then becomes a zombie? Yeah, the whole stylistic breakdown thing is kind of fucked up.
You're telling me?
Like, that was one of the darkest things they've ever done on a show. Like, the comics have some dark shit, but yeah.
That, oh my lord,
that was pretty crazy. But it was overall just a really good show. I have no complaints whatsoever. Well, okay, one, Black Arachnia just getting written out in that same episode. Like, now she's just one in asteroid somewhere with Insecticons, and she's Insecticons now. Because now she's a full-blown vampire. Geez, vampires. Why don't you bring back Noble Savage from Beast Machines? Because that was basically the werewolf transformer.
I was gonna say, wasn't he like part of like Megatron's like beast mode at one point? But he got separated from it?
Yeah. Yeah, basically he is Megatron's, all the organic beast mode stuff went into him. And he turned into like a werewolf type thing and into a dragon. And Nightscream tried to keep him as a pet for a little while. Until Megatron got a hold of him and all that shit.
Poor Nightscream.
No one liked him.
Yeah, like...
I didn't hate him.
Yeah, Nightscream just got like... He got the bad end of the bucket.
No one really liked him as the character. He was like one of the like least popular, and he was supposed to be the new. He was supposed to be the new, the kid appeal character. Like, he was supposed to be the ones kids were supposed to like Cheetor before him, because Cheetor was too busy having a weird robot mode that had really shitty toys. I had Nightscream's toy too. It was weird. And here's how you knew that they wanted him to be the kid appeal character. They gave him a fucking ultra class. They gave him a big one for his toy. They had like lights and sound and shit. And if I'm not mistaken, it also shot discs.
S&M Go 316 reference, guys.
Yeah, from his depth charge review. There's another Beast Wars toy I had. He was cool. He was one of my favorites. As far as the toys I had. And there really wasn't even much to his transformation or anything. I just liked him. His transformation was actually really simple.
And like, the fact that, like, if you look at this whole ordeal, because I mean, Megatron basically bent him to his will by holding his spark in like this like little
You're
box.
taking a rampage.
Oh.
Death Charge is his like mortal enemy.
Oh yeah,
they're
Death
basically
Charge
just-
was the Stingray.
Yeah, Death Charge is the Stingray, and Rampage is the giant enemy crab.
Oh my god. I don't like that place. Redemption.
Yeah, he was the giant enemy crab. And
Before I move, that's gonna have to do it this time, guys. Good god, hope we don't end up with another another big place like that, because that place was not only hard, but it was enormous. Oh god, I thought the first two Doom games had big maps. That's why this one was bigger.
well, this is like a mod or a fan game or some shit, ain't it?
No, this is an official game. It's just made by two different parts of id that was put together into one package. And yes, I'm properly going to say id instead of saying ID like I used to, because
You killed. I'm sorry, R. That killed me.
Because
couldn't handle that.
for the life of me, I always used to call them ID software, because we got Hex in here for the N64, and yeah, that was made by the original id team with John Romero into it, because that was made before Quake, which was the last game that he worked on before he left, which is sad.
Yeah, before he left to make you his bitch.
Oh. Daikatana, yeah, hello.
I'm sorry, that is... apparently he had nothing to do with that. That's the best part. Is he just hired the advertising agents, and they just fucking came up with it.
Oh my lord.
I'm like, so that it wasn't even his fault. I think I'm being hollered for.
Well, that's gonna do for this time, guys. So, creative revolution of evil on the like button if you guys enjoyed. Support us on Patreon and check out our Discord server description below. We'll see you in the next one. Later, guys. Good god. I don't like those last two levels. Metal and Stronghold. God, they're ridiculous. Because I know that this is the last 2D, or like, say, not really 2D, but the last original Doom game before Doom 3 came out. I would say, well, what I mean original, I mean the original id team.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, like there's Wolfenstein, they worked on here, there's Doom 1, Doom 2, the original Wolfenstein games. And then it was this, so I mean, they got a lot of experience put behind them, but my god. You want to talk about a hard level? Yeah. Have a look at these two and call me in the morning.